Hello guys, so I'll just quickly walk us down to my project, and here's my project. And before I'll run this project by hitting .NET run and click. While I'm waiting for it to run, I'll quickly walk you down to my project structure. Here is where I have the inputs that takes the one and the two in .txt file, and here is where I have my models. These are the three programs that controls my models. That's the elif, move and round results. And here are my services, the services I render, which is this for unique algorithm explainer, input validator, result writer, and solution checker. And here is where I have my solvers, and you could see them here. From I have everything all arranged, and here is where I have my main program that I'm running, which calls um, the algorithm solver, calls the model solvers and services, calls this, and this, and does all the generations and calculations in arithmetics and all of that. So here is how it runs. Okay, so sorry about that. So here is it, and here is my program. It has completed running, and here are my main menus from 1 to 7. So without speaking too much, I'll just quickly walk us down to 1. I'll just enter 1 and type, and here is what it does. It solves all this. I leave 18 times and gives me answer, does the calculation like that. At the end of the day, it gives you an answer. So click enter to continue. Then let me go to, let's say, 2. Here is what the 2 does. It takes from part 1 to solve each of it from part 1, and this is for the two rock paper scissors. It solves all of them and gives, you could see the one with the highest point wins, the ones with the lowest point loses, and the ones with the medium points kind of draw and all of that. So that is what it does, and at the end of the day, it gives a sample round of all of it. So I'll click enter, go to 3. Then 3 does all the calculations to ensure that everything is correct, taken from 1 to 2. So you could see it gives the day one results here, gives the day one results here, and take note of this point, gives part 1 point and part 2 points. Part 1 is 257, part 2 is 247. So, and it gives, after taking that, it tells me if it's correct or not, and then gives me a summary of everything and tells me that the puzzle is correct. Then go to the 4. Let's see what 4 does. 4 gives me the total input validation for both day 1 and day 2, and gives me a summary for day 1 and day 2, and tells me if it is valid or not. So let's go to 5, that does the algorithm explanation. So the 5 now, it is going to give me option between 1 to 5. Okay, for instance, for this demo, let me just pick option 2. So option 2 does the algorithm by solving and processing of this from step 1 to step 4, and at the end of the day gives me the answer of the total calories consumed. Then I'll click on option 5 and go to option 6 and save all the results that I've made. And once it's saved, I click on 7 to exit everything. So that is it for my program. I hope it was able to teach and inspire. If you need this the project, you can check it on GitHub, and I have every code all checked in there. Thank you and bye guys.